Nadidisturb yung kaluluwa ko. Nakakadismaya talaga na may lumabas talagang ganong desisyon na hinahadlangan yung pagganap ng Senado ng tungkulin na solo sa amin.
Kapag endorsed by one-third, at least one-third, then yun na yun, that's it. That is the very articles of impeachment. Kaya the first three claims by private groups ay were considered archived.
Palapakan
Kasi
sila,
hindi na-refer.
Yeah.
But I find it really surprising.
In a unanimous decision today, July 25, 2025, the Supreme Court en banc declared the articles of impeachment against Vice President Sara Duterte unconstitutional, noting that it is barred by the one-year rule under Article 11, Section 3, Paragraph 5 of the Constitution.
Dagdag Balita News Update. Dagdag Balita.
Right, nagbabalik po tayo mga kabaitang. Welcome back po dito sa ating munting bahay. Magandang buhay ang lahat. At ngayon po ay pag-uusapan ho natin mga kabaitang itong mga pangyayari ho ngayon, lalo na ho itong desisyon ng Korte Suprema na kung saan po unanimous decision ho na ibasura ang impeachment laban kay VP Sara Duterte dahil ito ay unconstitutional na ayon pa sa ating saligang batas. Na ito ay lumabag ang mga kongresista. Itong si Tamba, si Velasco, si De Lima, itong sino pa ba? Si Hontiveros, mga kabalitaan. At yung ilang mga kapariang mga adik, mga kabalitaan. Mga adik pala. Oho. Dahil ito ay lumabag ho sa Article 11, Section 3, Paragraph 5, kung hindi ako nagkamali mga kabalitaan. Sa one-year bar rule mga kabalitaan. So ngayon, itong si Halimaw, itong si Hontiveros ay umiiyak na mga kabalitaan. Umiiyak sa sobrang sama ng loob dahil sila ay hindi nagtagumpay sa kanilang masamang binabalak. Dahil yung kanilang mga kaluluwa ay nauna na doon sa impyerno, iginatong na doon sa bahay ni Judas Satanas. So ngayon sila ay hindi mapakali dahil sobrang init po ng kanilang pakiramdam ngayon. Naging butata sila ngayon sa kayabangan, kahambugan, pero yung huling halakhak ay nakamit na. Una pa lang tong una pa lang to, kumbaga panimula pa lang na nakamtan ni Sara Duterte ang huling halakhak na patungkol ho sa impeachment mga kabalitaan. Hindi lang ito. May susunod pa ho ito na talaga sila ay lalagapak ho sa susunod na mga araw sa mga desisyon pa na ilalabas ng Korte Suprema mga kabalitaan. Di na tayo magtatagal ho dito. Pakinggan na lang ho natin, bigyan natin ng chance na sila ay makapagpaliwanag sa kanilang gustong mangyari sa impeachment. Dahil dito po ay talagang ang impeachment, ang Supreme Court pa yung kanilang sinisisi sa naging desisyon ho nila. Patungkol sa unanimous decision na 13 yung bumoto, majority talaga. Isa ang nag-abstain at isa yung hindi nakaboto mga kabalitaan. Anyway, ito na po si Hontiveros. Nakala mo abogada na wala naman palang utak itong hinampak na to mga kabalitaan.
Nadidisturb yung kaluluwa ko. Nakakadismaya talaga na may lumabas talagang ganong desisyon na hinahadlangan yung pagganap ng Senado ng tungkulin na solo sa amin inaatas ng konstitusyon.
Mali siya dito na inahadlangan daw ng Korte Suprema. Wala hong paghahadlang ho ang ginawa ho ng Korte Suprema. Bali, ito yung desisyon na ito dahil nakita ho talaga nila na may malaking pagkakamali ho ang ang di pagsunod ng proseso para sa impeachment case laban kay Inday Sara Duterte. Ang dapat sisihin nyo dito, hindi yung Korte Suprema. Sisihin nyo si Tamba dahil hindi ho siya sumagot sa gustong gawin niya, ipapagawa niya sa Korte Suprema na naka-under oath ho itong mga pumirmang kongresista. Ikaw, huwag kang magmamarunong kahit di ka abogado, abogaga ka lang siguro. Kaya manahimik ka na. Ang gagawin mo, move on ka na para may magawa ka sa bayan. Kasi panay ka paninira o sinisira mo lang yung imahe ng ating bansa. Lalo na itong si alias, sino ba yung alias na yon na Rene? na may akusasyon sa iyo na binayaran mo pala, mahilig ka pala sa tanim witness eh. Kaya sa mga kabulastugan yung ginagawa, hindi ho talaga yung magtatanggumpay, may hangganan ho talaga yan. Kaya ikaw, Hontivirus, mukha mo pa nga lang, nguso mo pa lang, parang puwit na ng demonyo. Oh, yung ilong mo parang ilong ni Satanas. Yun ang katotohanan dyan mga kabaitaan. Oh, kung naitim to mga kabaitaan, sigurado nasa dagat to tumira. Hindi ho sa lupa mga kabaitaan. Alam niyo na kung anong ibig kong sabihin nito.
Solo sa Senado ay hahadlangan ng Korte Suprema, pinakamataas na korte sa ibang pantay, no? Pero hiwalay na branch of government. At marami po kaming disturbing questions tungkol sa desisyong iyon.
Nangiyak-ngiyak siya dito.
Halimbawa, kumpara sa sinabi na dati ng Korte Suprema, bakit nila sasabihin na
iyak ka na,
labag yung one-year bar rule? Samantalang sa pagkaalam at intindi namin, iisa lang naman.
May napansin pala ko, ito pala sa kabila si Laila De Lima mga kabitan, no? Yung sa, kung kaharap niyo yung monitor nasa right side, yun, si De Lima yata yan eh. Iisa lang yung buti nito, kung ano yung reaksyon ng isa, yun din, copycat din tong inampak na to eh. Okay, so dito po. So yun po mga kabaitaan, no? Talagang mangiyak-ngiyak sila sa galit at saka inis at nabubuhisit na ho sila dito. Anyway, ito, pakinggan rin natin tong isang bilibid queen mga kabaitaan. Isang abogadang bobo. Akala ko kasi, sabi ni Carpio, ano to eh, magna cum laude daw to mga kabalitaan. Eh, simpleng pagpapaliwanag ng Korte Suprema na lumabag nga sila sa Article 11, Section 3, Paragraph 5, one-year bar rule mga kabalitaan. Eh, ito, kinokontra pa rin niya. O, tracing hurado na nga eh. Yung nag-decide dito, siya, isa lang utak nito mga kabitaan. Eh, utak talangka rin naman tong aswang na to eh.
Good evening, Pinky. Good evening to your viewers.
Did this come as a shock to you, Congresswoman?
Yes, it's unbelievable. Hindi ko hindi ko po akalain, especially that it's a unanimous decision, and then the core ruling being that barred na. In other words, nabago yung what we know to be the existing case law na that this impeachment complaints, lalo na kung initiated by private complaint, a private petitioner, and endorsed by a member of the House of Representatives, I supposedly considered deemed initiated if referred to the Justice Committee, the proper committee. But it did not. That's not the situation here.
Yeah,
That's not the situation here. So parang sinasabi nila na since it was not referred to the proper committee, I deemed terminated. Maski the other two complaints. Diba, remember there were 3 impeachment complaints, and these fall under different modes of initiating impeachment. At hindi ngayon natuloy. So
laging laging pinaglalaban nila talaga yung tama daw yung ginawa ko nilang pag-impeach ni Sara Duterte at valid daw yung unang 3 nag-complaint at itong sa kanilang pang-4 ay ganun daw, no? Pero ipinaliwanag na nga ito ng Korte Suprema na hindi nga tama yung ginawa ho nila, na tumatanggap na lang ho sila ng kahit sino-sino mag-file ho ng impeachment sa 1 taon mga kabitan. Ay nakasaad sa ating batas, ha? Every year, kailangan lang ng isang impeachment complaint ang dapat ho aktuhan ng House of Retaliation. Hindi ho mangungulikta ho kayo para kayong nasa para kayong may tindahan ng mga antik na nangungulikta ho kayo ng basura. So, sino pa ba yung papaniwalaan namin dito? Kayong mga hunghang na talagang paghihiganti lang yung pakay nyo dito sa impeachment na ito sa mga Duterte? O itong Korte Suprema na talagang sila po talaga ang makapangyarihan kung pag-uusapan natin ang legalidad, batas sa mga decision making ho na ito mga kabalitaan. Hindi ho kayo. Kahit magna suma ka pa dyan, kahit ano pang titulong meron ho kayo, kahit ikaw pa yung pinakamatalinong tao sa ibabaw ng maraming tubig, ayon pa nito Pasyo mga kapitan, paligiran daw to, nakaupo daw to sa maraming tubig Wala ka pa rin karapatan na questionin, kontrahin ang magiging desisyon ng Korte Suprema. Pag ang abogado ay kumontra sa desisyon ng Korte Suprema, yan ay katangahan at kabubuhan.
Kasi it was already overtaken by the fourth impeachment complaint, which is also sanctioned by the Constitution and the rules ng House of Representatives na kapag endorsed by one-third, at least one-third, then yun na yun, that's it. That is the very articles of impeachment. Kaya the first three complaints by private groups were considered archived. Kasi hindi
Nagtataka ako kasi sabi nila matalino daw to si Tamba, mga kabaitaan. Ayon daw ni Joker Arroyo. Sino ba yun? Si ano yata nagsabi nun yung taga yung dati niyang yung dati niyang partner diyan sa paghahawak ng pera. Matalino 'to, parang si Leila de Lima din pala 'to mag-isip. Kung matalino itong unggoy at buhaya na ito, dapat hindi ko sila nagka-leche-leche ngayon. Ba't mali yung kanilang ginawang pag-impeach kay Sara Duterte? Alam niyo po kasi, ito po yung talaga yung katotohanan. Kahit kayo mismo, alam niyo ho ito. Pag may itimo kayong binabalak sa kapwa ho ninyo, no? Tapos, gagawa ho kayo para makapagiganti ho dito at para matuloy yung masamang binabalak nyo at doon ho nakafocus kayo, hindi nyo po yan talaga magagawa. Hindi kayo magtatagumpay kasi, parang galit, puot yung nasa isipan nyo, pero yung tama sana ng proseso, na para simple na kayo ay makapagiganti sa isang tao, ay hindi nyo magawa-gawa at nagkakamali tuloy kayo, mga kabalitaan. Dahil wala na kayo sa focus Inuuna nyo kasi yung kapakanan nyo, hindi yung kapakanan ng karamihan ng mamamayang Pilipino. Dahil malayo pa yung 2028 presidential elections, iniisip nyo na kayo ay kabado pag si Sara Duterte ang maging kalaban sa darating na halalan. Kaya yung desisyon nyo ay tumutuwad na. Yung utak nyo baliktad na rin, nakatuwad na rin yung utak ninyo. Ang sarap pala tong iuntog tong dalawang ulo ni De Lima at saka nitong si Tambaluslos, mga kabalitaan. Para silang para silang pinagbiyak na bunga Hindi ko sinasabing magkamukha, yung utak nila, magkamukha yung utak nila. Parehas yung forma ng utak nila nakatagilid, mga kabalitaan.
Kapag endorsed by one-third, at least one-third, then yun na yun, that's it. That is the very articles of impeachment. Kaya the first three complaints by private groups were considered archived.
Palapakan sila
na-refer.
Yeah.
But I find it really surprising na nakakagulat na ganyan, para bang iniba nila yung standing case law on that.
Hindi kayo masusurprise, yung utak nyo ay nakasarado na Doon na kayo, talagang kayo ay nag-assume na si Sara talaga ay ma-impeach. Tinitignan nyo lang yung ngayon, yung inaharap hindi nyo tinitignan. Kaya nga mali-mali yung mga hakbang na ginagawa nyo. Tahimik lang si Sara Duterte, pinagtutulungan nyo dyan. Anong nangyari ngayon? Yung pinakamataas na hukuman pa, yung nagpapabasura sa impeachment na yan. Mag-file kayo 2026. February 6 daw, mga kabalitaan. Mag-file na kayo. Ayaw nyo yun na nagkaroon na kayo ng idea kung paano mag-file at paano susundin yung tamang proseso. Ba't hindi nyo na lang tanggapin yan at marami pa tayong problema sa ating bansa. At yung budget natin, dapat siguruhin na hindi maging mangyari itong 2025 budget, mga kabalitaan, na kung saan po ay talagang bigla na lang bula na naglaho, mga kabalitaan. At dami pang mga insertion dyan para makakulimbat para makadikwat, mga kabalitaan, ng pasimple na hindi malaman ng taong bayan. Pero huli pa rin sila sa mata ng agila, mga kabalitaan. Anyways, para mas maintindihan natin lahat, dito po, focus tayo, panoorin natin to lahat. Sabay tayong manood dito sa Korte Suprema. Sila po ay nagpalabas ng impormasyon patungkol sa sinasabing unconstitutional itong articles of impeachment, mga kabalitaan.
In a unanimous decision today, July 25, 2025, the Supreme Court en banc declared the articles of impeachment against Vice President Sara Duterte unconstitutional, noting that it is barred by the one-year rule under Article 11, Section 3, Paragraph 5 of the Constitution, and that it violates the right to due process enshrined in the Bill of Rights. Therefore, the Senate could not acquire jurisdiction over the impeachment proceedings. However, the court said it is not absolving Vice President Duterte from any of the charges against her. But any subsequent impeachment complaint may only be filed starting February 6, 2026. The case stemmed from 4 impeachment complaints against Vice President Duterte. The first 3 were filed before the House by private individuals and different groups on December 2, 4, and 19 in 2024. A 4th complaint was lodged by a resolution approved by more than 1/3 of the House members of the 19th Congress on February 5, 2025, which was transmitted as the Articles of Impeachment to the Senate on the same day. This was followed by 2 petitions filed before the Supreme Court challenging its constitutionality. The Supreme Court decision written by Senior Associate Justice Marvic M.B.F. Leonen ruled that all legal issues involving impeachment proceedings are subject to judicial review, considering the nature of the offices and the institutions that are subject to impeachment, its effect on the independence of constitutional departments and organs, and its nature as a constitutional process. The impeachment process is primarily a legal and constitutional procedure, but with political characteristics. It may be sui generis, but it is not a purely political proceeding. This means that the Bill of Rights, especially the Due Process Clause and the right to speedy disposition of cases, applies to the entire impeachment process, it said. Although the court does not determine whether an impeachable officer may be removed or disqualified from political office, it emphasized that it has the duty to construe the process mandated in the Constitution. In declaring that the articles of impeachment were barred by the 1-year rule, the decision differentiated the first 3 complaints from the 4th complaint. The first 3, it said, were filed under Article 11, Section 3, Paragraph 2 of the Constitution, which allows any citizen to file a verified complaint with an endorsement by any House member. The 4th one was through Article 11, Section 3, Paragraph 4 of the Constitution, through a verified complaint or resolution filed by at least 1/3 of the House members. The court took note that the House and the 19th Congress did not act on the first 3 endorsed complaints, which were considered terminated or dismissed upon adjournment of the House. The 3 impeachment complaints were archived and therefore deemed terminated or dismissed on February 5, 2025. Therefore, no new impeachment complaint, if any, may be commenced earlier than February 6, 2026, the Supreme Court held. Under Article 11, Section 3, Paragraph 5 of the Constitution, no impeachment proceedings shall be initiated against the same official more than once within a period of 1 year. According to the decision, the 1-year bar is reckoned from the time an impeachment complaint is dismissed or is no longer viable. A key issue in the petitions is whether the House complied with the 10-session-day requirement under the Constitution for including a verified impeachment complaint in the order of business of the House. The court ruled that the House was able to comply with the requirement by putting the 3 endorsed impeachment complaints in the order of business of the House of Representatives, since a session day is not equivalent to a calendar day. It is a period that starts from a call to order until the session is adjourned, regardless of the passage of time. However, the court reminded the House that Article 11, Section 3, Paragraph 2 of the Constitution clearly requires that a verified impeachment complaint be immediately put in the order of business within 10 session days from its endorsement. The Constitution does not grant either the Secretary General or the Speaker of the House any discretion to determine when this period commences. Consequently, the House of Representatives is not granted any discretion except to refer these matters to the proper committee within 3 session days. However, the House may opt to consolidate all impeachment complaints properly commenced and endorsed within these periods. The court also determined that due process applies to the impeachment process. It laid down the following due process requirements in impeachment proceedings. First, the articles of impeachment or resolution must include evidence when shared with the House members, especially those who are considering its endorsement. Second, the evidence should be sufficient to prove the charges in the articles of impeachment. Third, the articles of impeachment and the supporting evidence should be available to all members of the House of Representatives, not only to those who are being considered to endorse. Fourth, the respondent in the impeachment complaint should have been given a chance to be heard on the articles of impeachment and the supporting evidence to prove the charges prior to its transmittal to the Senate, despite the number of endorsements from House members. The House of Representatives must be given reasonable time to reach their independent decision of whether they will endorse an impeachment complaint. The court, however, has the power to review whether this period is sufficient, but petitioner, who invokes the court's power to review, should prove that officials failed to perform their duties properly. Sixth, the basis of any charge must be for impeachable acts or omissions committed in relation to their office and during the current term of the impeachable officer. For the President and Vice President, these acts must be sufficiently grave, amounting to the crimes described in Article 11, Section 2, or a betrayal of public trust given by the majority of the electorate. For the other impeachable officers, the act must be sufficiently grave that they undermine and outweigh the respect for their constitutional independence and autonomy. And seventh, to ensure that respondent in the impeachment complaint is heard under the requirements of due process in the procedure under Article 11, Section 3, Paragraph 4, the House of Representatives is required to A. Provide a copy of the articles of impeachment and its accompanying evidence to the respondent to give him or her an opportunity to respond within a reasonable period to be determined by the House rules. The Constitution only requires an opportunity to be heard. It is up to the respondent to waive this fundamental right and opt to present his or her evidence at the Senate trial. And B. Make the articles of impeachment with its accompanying evidence and the comment of the respondent available to all members of the House of Representatives. It is the House, not 1/3 of the House, that has the sole prerogative to initiate impeachment complaints. Thus, there must be some modicum of deliberations so that each member representing their constituents can be heard and thus convince others of their position. The transmittal will only take place upon the qualified vote of 1/3 of the House. We quote from the final note of the unanimous decision. It is not our duty to favor any political result. Ours is to ensure that politics are framed within the rule of just law. We cannot concede the sobriety of fairness inherent in due process of law to the passions of a political moment. Our fundamental law is clear. The end does not justify the means. We understand our history. We have learned that in the past, momentary desires to do what is convenient and concede means to ends have inadvertently created precedents that weaken the succor of law for those who dissent, or those at our society's margins, or those who may have fallen out of grace from the powers that be. We have learned that the clash of political interests in the past, often disguised by noble intentions, has obscured the need to address the real problems of corruption, inequality, poverty, and disempowerment faced by our people. We will not allow that to happen again. We will not hesitate to declare what is legal, just, and right for our people. There is a right way to do the right thing at the right time. This is what the rule of just law means. This is what fairness or due process of law means, even for impeachment. End of quote. The Supreme Court's ruling is immediately executory. It shall be deemed served on the petitioners and released upon publication in the Supreme Court website and receipt of the parties of their digital copy in accordance with the guidelines on the transition to electronic filing in the Supreme Court. We urge everyone to read the full text of the decision and the concurring opinions. Thank you very much.
Son of God, Bob Peter.
So immediately executory mga kabalitan. So wala na, basura na pala tong impeachment versus VP Sara Duterte. So kaya pala mangiyak-ngiyak itong mga frontliner ho sa impeachment. Yung mga promotor ho sa impeachment. Kaya ngayon, ang huling halakak ay ginawad ho kay Inday Sara Duterte. Di ba? Palakpakan natin yung mga mabubuting tao ho na pumanig kay Inday Sara Duterte. Ito hong naging resulta ng impeachment ng Korte Suprema, hindi ho ito para kay Inday Sara Duterte. Ito po ay sa mga taong bumuboto, sa mga taong naniniwala pa rin ho sa ating pangalawang Pangulo, Inday Sara Duterte, sa kanyang kakayahan bilang leader, pangalawang leader ho ng ating bansa. Medyo nabunutan na ho tayo ng tinik. Siyempre, sino bang hindi kakabahan mga kabaitan? Pero alam naman ho natin na ang lahat na ito ay may hangganan at hindi ho sila talaga magtatagumpay sa kanilang kasamaan. Kaya ang kabuuan ho nito, ang dapat sisihin ninyo, yung katangahan, yung kabubuhan ni Laila de Lima, ni Tambaloslos, ni Boyngi, ni Hontiveros, ni Jokno, sino pa ba dyan? Lahat ng mga pumirma at yung House Prosecutors, mga kabalitaan, yan po ay sila'y parehas lamang yung utak, ang utak talangka, mga kabalitaan. Kung nagustuhan nyo po ito ating video presentation, maraming salamat po. Para malaman ng karamihan kung ano pa mga kaganapan sa ating lipunan, paliguan ng maraming likes, buhusan ng maraming komento, reaction, opinion, so isyon at i-share nyo po ito mga kabalitaan. Sa mga bagong salta, subscribe na ho kayo at maraming salamat sa mga bagong subscribers natin mga kabalitaan. Huwag kalimutan turn on always your notification bell para gaya nito sa bagong video ito. Pag na-upload natin, agad-agad yun ang mapapanood mga kabalitaan. Mami Rose at Toby Tobias sa Lapu-Lapu City sa Cebu, Ana Santos at dyan sa Japan si Ma'am Corazon Nikeda. Maraming salamat. At sa lahat ng mga kapatid nating Muslim, assalamualaikum sa inyong lahat. Maraming salamat, mat salam. And then of course mga kabaitaan, sa mga laging sinasaluduhan nating makabagong bayani ating bansang overseas Filipino workers, mabuhay ho kayo dyan mga kabaitaan. Sa Dahig Netherlands, sa mga Pilipino, maraming salamat. Alright, so ako po'y magpapaalam na. Kita-kits tayo sa ating pagbabalik para sa paglalahad ng panibago na naman hong mga impormasyon at totohanan at komprehensibong balitaan dito sa ating munting bahay, Danagan Balita Reaction Video News Update. Luzon, Kabisayan ug Mindanao. Sa malupalpating mundo sa may mga Pilipino, ang bahay nito ay para kanatong tanan. To God be the glory. Momo, chip. Peace out.
Son of God, Bob Peter.